Hello friends, this is Scott back at Project Garden number 1. I haven't been here for a week and a half, and so I'm kind of entitling this video as Mid-Season Garden Neglect. Does it really matter? Haven't been able to get over here. Life happens. Sometimes you just lose a little motivation. You get pulled in different directions. My football team has started playing, so I'm coaching that. So there's just a lot of time that I don't have anymore to come over here and dedicate to the garden. As you can hear, my dog friend next door is saying hi to me. I've petted this dog numerous times, and he still doesn't know me. So anyway, I guess we'll fight through it. But usually in the midsummer, things get out of control, the weeds get out of control, but the vegetables are well established, and as long as you're keeping them watered, they usually turn out pretty well. So today's video, we're going to take a little look at the garden, see what's happening in it. There is some bumper crops, and I'll show you at the end of the video what I harvested today. I have not touched the beets today. I did not touch the turnips, but I took a look at them, and we're going to have a lot of those as long as they're not going to seed. So I need to get over here, get those picked, and actually have do future videos on those subjects, as well as freeze those, because I need to get them out of the ground before they start turning woody. But I'm pretty excited with there wasn't a ton of weeds today, and that was a surprise. So anyway, let's check out what we got going on. Here we take a look at the potatoes. This time of the year, everything just seems to grow together, but we have tons of potatoes in here. I have yet to dig them up much. I did a little bit of a test about a month ago. They were medium sized, but I'm pretty excited that they're going to be pretty good size and a lot of potatoes this year. Here's our beets. Again, it's all meshed together. And our green beans. There's lots of beans to pick today. As we peek down in here, there's some. Just to give you an idea of how big they are. Again, if you don't pick beans, they quit producing. So by not coming over here for a week and a half, I'm probably shortened my harvest quite a bit, but I'm going to pick them all today, as many as I can find anyway. And then we have tons of carrots, as you see, and I'm going to pick carrots today, and I think you're going to be impressed with how the carrots are growing. We have some peppers here. There's some hot peppers, and I hope you can see there's some green peppers, Anaheim peppers. There's a green pepper. And we'll scan over and we'll see if we see some jalapenos. There are some jalapenos. They haven't turned red, but they're still good green. So there's plenty of those. I'm going to leave those for the homeowner. He likes his spicy foods. And it looks like we have a pretty good crop going on. There's some Anaheims. And I'll leave those for him also to pick. As we scan over, we got some big weeds. We got some tumbleweeds in here. We got to get rid of that. Yeah. And there's some eggplant. And there's an eggplant in there if you can take a look. There it is. So it's not big, but it's still doing okay. And there's a Swiss chard. There's plenty of Swiss chard. The homeowner's not a big fan of Swiss chard. I've told him to melt it into soups and things like that, but he's not much of a chef. So I take it home, give it to the chickens, or I use it myself. Now a surprise today was the broccoli. It's been through a long, hot summer, planted in the spring. And look at all the broccoli that we've got today. I'm going to cut this and take it home because the homeowner doesn't eat that. And we look here, there's some Brussels sprouts and red cabbage. Oh, there's a big, nice red cabbage you can see there. And it is starting to head up really nicely. I'm really surprised at how slow the spring crops have grown and that they haven't just bolted. So we are going to get a crop. So that's nice. And most of this will just be chicken food. I don't think the Brussels sprouts are going to do anything. There's another red cabbage that's starting to form a head. And we look through here, there's a couple others. So the brassicas and the cabbage are doing okay. Now for the zucchini. We have a monster zucchini right here. This one's a tape measure zucchini. It's about 18 inches long. And there's several of those in this garden today. And right next to the zucchini is cucumbers. We're going to take a look at the cucumbers, and there's tons. There's some that are overripe. You see a yellow one there. But there's lots of cucumbers in here. And I'll take some and leave some for the homeowner. But here's a sample of what we got going on. Like zucchini, cucumbers, if you have a good crop, they're the gift that keeps on giving, and your neighbors quit opening the door for you. So we've had tons of cucumbers. So, and looking over here, there's some leeks. They're growing. But here's the corn. As you see, the corn is all tasseled out, and the ears are not all ripe, ready to pick, but we've been eating on it, and we got to eat the rest of these before they go bad. But there's a few ears in here for us to eat still. I'm gonna pick 4 or 5 today to take home and leave some for the homeowner. But they're nice. I had some yesterday for lunch, and they're tasty and they're well formed ears. So we did okay with our corn crop.
And then we look here, we got dense mat of tomatoes, and they're just green tomatoes all over the place. They're very slow ripening this year. You can see they're starting to change color, but we're going to have a huge crop of tomatoes once these starting to ripen up. We've had a few here and there, but we're going to have plenty. So they all look nice. They're not blossom end rot or anything. They just look like they just need a little more time. So we'll have a big harvest of those. So future videos are going to show big harvests. We've got lots of beets, lots of carrots, lots of tomatoes, turnips, green beans, and potatoes. We're going to have a lot of those. There's one that's starting to flush. But they're very nice tomatoes. Just a little disappointed that they're taking so long, but we've had enough to keep us going. Hopefully we'll have some to put in the freezer also. We like to make tomato sauce for spaghettis and things like that. But there's tons of tomatoes in here, and we'll just have to be patient. And scanning back around, there's another zucchini, and there's 2 monster zucchinis in here. So, yeah, there's some nice snail friends attached to the zucchini, looks like. But overall, we've got lots of zucchinis for either the chickens or the neighbors or zucchini bread. We'll have to figure out what we're going to do with all these. Somebody said something about making zucchini fries, and I've never tried that, so that might be something. Here's the leeks. They are fattening up a little, so we'll see how they do by the end of the season. We won't mess with them until late fall probably. But overall, the garden is growing very well. There's tons to eat, and here's what we picked today. Again, green beans, plenty. Lots of cucumbers. We have big broccoli heads. They've separated a little bit, but they'll still be tasty. A little sunburned, but not too bad. I took 5 ears of corn. I took some monster zucchinis. And again, those are going to go for lots of different purposes. And then here's the carrots. They're looking great. A lot bigger than they were last time we picked, and there's a ton of them. So we're going to have a bumper crop, I think, this year. So what the moral of the story is, mid-season neglect, not that big of a deal once the plants are established. And here we take a quick look at all these plants. There's the corn. Again, it's just a mass of green. As we head into the late summer, early fall season, I'm pretty excited that we've had a successful garden this year. If you like this kind of video and you would like to continue to follow me living my best rural life in the city, please subscribe to my channel, like, share, and comment, as I would love to hear from you. Thank you very much for your support and for your time watching this video.